everyone, and welcome back to Sidebar at GreenBiz 23. We're joined now by Crystal Barnes, Senior Vice President of Social Responsibility and ESG at Paramount. Crystal, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we just heard you on the main stage a while ago discussing the impact Paramount is making through its ESG work, and in particular, your Content for Change initiative. The video was awesome.
Right.
Super excited about this initiative. You know, beyond that initiative, though, how's Paramount's ESG strategy contributing to both develop and drive change in your industry?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, again, thank you for having me. So we look at ESG in three ways. We look at it on-screen content and social impact. So you heard a lot about that through Content for Change on stage, which is kind of how we show up, our workforce and culture, who we are, and then our sustainable production and operations, how we do what we do. And so a lot of the kind of other ESG work that we do is in the sustainable production space. We know that from, again, concept to actual production and stage building of the stages and in the film on our sound stages to the actual content that's made, there's a lot of opportunity there from an environmental sustainability perspective. And so we, along with a lot of media companies, are trying to figure out how we really wrap our arms around the sustainable production of it all and what that looks like.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So as Paramount is working to build their global sustainability strategy, how are you taking care of the immediate environmental impacts of your business, that you just referred to, particularly related to sustainable production?
Yeah. So it feels silly, but we're looking at things like, how do we recycle our sets? And what does that look like? How do we ensure that stuff doesn't go to landfill, and how we control the waste and how we put metrics around it? And so we're members of the Sustainable Production Alliance, so we know that we're not in this alone, right? It's a bunch of Hollywood studios who are trying to figure out the whole sustainability space and the sustainable production space. We have green guidelines that we use that we have had for years at Paramount Pictures in the film piece of our business. But then what does it look like to bring that to Nickelodeon and MTV and BET and Comedy Central, and I can go on and on. But then also with the Sustainable Production Alliance, they also have their own set of green guidelines. And so we've adopted that as well. And again, this pilot to scale model, how do we take that across our entire organization? So we haven't totally figured it out, but it's a journey, and it's something that we know, again, that we're not alone, and that we're really trying to be aggressive in how we look at it, because it truly is the most material opportunity for us as a media and entertainment company.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear that you're working on all this, because my daughters love some of the Paramount Plus programming. So we are subscribers at our house.
Thank you for your service.
So we learned on the main stage that you used to be at Nielsen.
Yes.
So how did you find your way to Paramount and into this role leading ESG?
You know what? So as I said on stage, I'm a media and research head. Like, I love it. And I think that it underpins every ESG and sustainability strategy, quite frankly. Like, you can't measure your progress if you don't have the data and analytics to support it. And so one of the things that I love about Paramount is, again, we are a brand of brands. We have all these amazing brands that everyone loves. But there's amazing opportunity in the media and entertainment space around sustainability. It's fairly new. We're not a CPG company. And so we have the opportunity to define what ESG and sustainability means for media and entertainment. So it was exciting for me to take my data and research and analysis background and to apply it to an industry that was kind of in their freshman year of sustainability and figure out what it means for us as a company.
And what progression have you been able to see just over that time?
Yeah, so much. The good thing is people are into it, and they are willing to figure out what it means to be transparent in the space for media and entertainment. We have, again, like, it's a coalition building exercise for us as an industry. It's not competitive in that way. All ships rise. I said this on stage, but it really is that kind of mentality around sustainability and ESG. So I've seen progress in that. We're becoming more transparent about our processes, that people feel bought into the journey that we're on as a company. It doesn't matter kind of what role you sit at within the organization. You know that you have a bit of ownership around the sustainability work that we're doing. So I think it's been phenomenal. And, as more and more pressure and legislation comes down the pike, we're ready. Right. And so it's great to be in a position where we're forward thinking. We're thinking about how sustainability shows up in our content itself, how we talk about it on screen. So it's evolving. We're thinking about the impacts of streaming, things that you really didn't think about, 10, 15 years ago. And now, to your point around being a subscriber, sustainability is at the forefront of all of those conversations in the next iterations of our company and of our industry.
Awesome. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being on our keynote stage here at GreenBiz 23, and hopefully we'll talk again soon.
I'd love it. Thanks for having me.
All right, and that is it for us right now. We'll be back in a couple minutes.